Now to collect the ash. I should probably have brought a bucket. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to do?
Ned told me she was building a ship.
Think Mid might need some help.
All right, there's. How's that?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. You're a gent. Right then. There we
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning
There's no need.
doobies. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some.
What?
Well, thought we might.
Well,
That's the spirit. Well,
it certainly feels more.
right. Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavours. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
So, what'll it be? That it? Fine. What do you need? So, what'll it be?
And?
Clive? What's that for you, dear? Anything else?
Crack the crystal too? Joking.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgor? Hopefully it's nothing. But I... Blackthorn.
Not really.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask that you might still...
That bastard's still. And that was sort of metalist. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that.
So that's what's troubling you.
No. Not troubling me exactly. More...
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with you.
That's about the size.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always... And we can't have our master blacksmith.
You're a soft-touchy, but I can't say I'm not grateful.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. I got your note. You think something's...
So you can read. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown. Didn't like him. You not been working him?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy?
What was it he said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with what...
I suppose things have been different. Perhaps Hippocrates knows.
Instead of everything.
You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Black.
Running around.
I suppose I am.
Little wondrous. There's not many, which made it nice and easy.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I'd help it? Suppose you're not. Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects what... And he's got more money than sense. We reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh.
I appreciate the warning. Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to she says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she...
I rather think she might be. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, if we assume... It may well be that the Bones Lady Karen is accustomed to... Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones, as to where one might find a suitable substitute. Some antelopes...
I don't recall ever seeing it.
And little wonder, the last
Even so, it's in...
good hunting...
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm...
Shh. Otto. A little. Listen. I've some bad news, and it's... Sadly, that I can straighten it. I'm gonna need help keep...
Bit late for that.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight to him, you get Clive to come to you. The man in... Well, we...
Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and well...
We have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, after the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging. Besides...
All right. Is there anything...
There might be. How'd you fancy to...
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000. Little something Sid and I set aside, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies.
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place.
I know.
Go. Do you know why I only gave...
Because... You'd...
Because I'd rather Lady...
Well...
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think...
No.
Ah, my favorite pupil. So what... Which leaves but one man. Going so soon? And how may I assist you today? Here's the latest information I have. Study it well, Clive. One must understand one's place in the world. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
They're saying Drake's fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone.
You.
What are we gonna do?
Listen, I've got this theory. Before, I don't think they all fell. Some of them are still living.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me!
Please. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been...
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf!
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside for a...
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went?
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon you.
That will be very...
Farewell.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamel.
I hear I have you to thank for the... What shall I call?
Wyvern.
Well, redeem...
A few moments of...
You're a pick.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about it.
Oh, Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her... It was made in... and is used They believe no combat should ever exceed. Each sword is made for that one perfect There's a... brutal...
But how do they hone such an...
Why, they use a whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, but it is the final a mineral, quite foreign, and that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hard. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared our...
So I am locked in bitter competition with a rival I am one step ahead of the
There are many other collectors.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider and is a Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross again. Redeem! We mustn't dawdle!
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
She had a man of Riga.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expected to see, and though I...
A star, Ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do. girl. Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Company.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. Hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? Lady Karen will be relieved.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally stopped.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc? Still no carrot.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing. nor does the hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. And for Otto.
It is. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Gob will want to know the stones were delivered, if he's still with us.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Goat. So Lady Karen accepted the...
Ah, but she was just too stuck. She threw it right back in my face.
Karen refused...
I hope it wasn't so...
I'm sure you were attacked.
Sid gets the energy.
No. Or where Mid gets her ideas. She's been building a giant chimney stack of all things.
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so fine. Where'd you even get that? A canny one? Might be I ought not. You won't.
Not
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump, I sometimes...
Speak...
I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah. Before he died. Back in the... He bought... Before the magic woke inside my son soon after his first... He wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him. And I couldn't for the life of me. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him. And he was true to his word, too. Threw away I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped you?
I noticed. So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough. That'll teach me for treat. All right, now we know what you're after.
Speaking of which,
You can, aye. In return, you can...
I was just on my way to... Sorry for the... But hopefully
You learn.
I did bet. A whetstone? Yes. But not one you'll find it.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. But good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the rubber, there'd be no I reckon with swords, nah. No point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine. Now, and what's finer than just imagine it? Good Valesthian stick. I won't make a copy now.
I'm sure the curse, but just...
I've been working day and night since I was half your age. And Hey, I owe you one. August 2.
You'll be happy to hear you...
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. You come and find me...
Right.
What do you need? So, what'll it be? No scratches, all right? And?
Ah, Clive. Were you able to...
We were indeed, Lawsman.
Very good.
Lady Karen said...
Ah, do you recall our conversation
about how she summoned...
Precisely that. The Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are...
What do you suggest?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as... In short, the icon's hitherto near at hand, and that number has only grown. As the realm, one can but speculate.
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still.
what can I do for you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. Is that all?
Well met. A fine choice.